Evening, folks. So last time we left you on a bit of a knife edge because you'd had a scrap with a group in a manor house, and right at the death, let's go there now. Right at the death, you had charmed the commander, or to be precise, JL had charmed the commander, and the fight had ended with every other member of the soldiery deceased, apart from the commander, and she's now made fast friends with JL.
I mean, who doesn't? I mean,
Just going to remove the dead people. I mean, they're still here, they're still there, but
Can I suggest, JL, the first thing we ask her to do is to sign our paperwork.
yes. Yeah.
right. Well, she looks at you and she flips up the visor on her helmet, and she actually she kind of peels the helmet off, and her hair's a bit lank underneath. But apart from that, it's still in that bob that you saw before, which is kind of neatly tucked at the back. She puts the helmet down. She's, I feel like this is all a bit of a misunderstanding.
Annie, what's going on?
Well, how can I help?
Well, we need you to sign our paper.
She sort of
Paperwork.
nudges the bodies of her friends. She looks puzzled by it, but of course. You're being really bad. I don't know what's going on there. There's something really bad happening.
Yeah, I think this because I've got to convert from 1/4 inch to mini jack. I've got a couple of adapters. And I don't think they're quite...
Okay. And every time you nudge the adapter, we're going.
Yeah, if I nudge the wrong one, it crackles.
Okay.
I apologise.
So
I'll need a more permanent setup.
Paper.
she leads you this way, if you'd like to follow.
Mm-hmm.
I just realised I don't think there's a...
Oh, I stood on top of it.
Are we following? We're not just going to let JL wander off with her, are we?
No.
No, we're following. Well, I am.
I finished wiping the blood of her friends.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that
onto their clothes.
she just sort of, you know, on a few occasions she looks puzzled and she looks down at the bodies of her crew, her squad, and just kind of keeps nudging them with her foot, and she's got this kind of puzzled look every now and again, but...
Oh, someone cast a sleep spell, so it could be that.
So she comes in here, and there's a dresser in here, and there's some paperwork on it, and she flicks through the paperwork. Yeah, just don't nudge anything, Martin.
No.
That's the trick. Just
Sorry.
don't touch anything.
I think I'm on the wrong... I've got a little hand for some reason.
Oh yeah, no, just click on the arrow. No.
No?
That arrow. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Copy.
Oh, thank God for that. I can move my character.
I can't move mine yet, but I will soon.
Oh, man!
I'm not going to
I
cram
can't.
her bedroom along with JL.
I've
Alright.
deleted your data there, so you can put that
Oh.
back at your convenience. All right.
That kitchen.
I'll shove my way in.
Might be a bathroom.
There's a bathhouse there.
That's rough, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm just going to put the... just wash some of the blood off my my hands and... just clean up a bit quick.
So she's kind of going through the paperwork, and she's got your paperwork there, and she sits and she just kind of dips the she doesn't sit, she stands and she dips the thing. She's got an ink well and a quill, and she signs it. And she goes through the paperwork, signs it, and then hands it back to you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's all a bit strange. I got sent this letter, and she pulls this letter up out of the sheaf of papers that's sitting on this nightstand. We got sent this letter that said that you were couriers. I wasn't expecting you to be quite so fierce.
Well, we weren't the initial couriers. We took over from. They had an unfortunate mishap
Oh, I
of the
see.
permanent kind.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. They had a
we
mishap.
just-
Oh, so you're
we,
not
uh,
couriers normally then?
Well, we do various bits and pieces. We happened to be in the vicinity and took on the job.
Oh, right. Oh, I understand. She puts the piece of paper back down on the sheaf there.
So what's in the crate then?
I've got no idea.
So what
They
were
don't
your
tell me
orders?
those things.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
So
some
you're-
part. Look, you understand that you're not in the room. I notice.
No, that's true. Okay.
Whiz in there.
I'm checking out this trunk.
I mean, you can poke around. It is exactly what it looks like. It's just it's living quarters. There's nothing of grand value in here. You don't even think that most of them would live here. You think she probably stays here. And that actually next door is probably her room. The way it's kind of looking in there and looking at the clothing choices and things like that. You think that's probably her room next door. This room, the beds seem kind of made with military precision. Maybe there's a couple of her adjutants that she has in here with her, and that they would be the people who would stay here and cook the meals for her and those kind of things. You think this is probably her quarters, but the rest of them you don't think. It's just there's not enough space here for all of them to stay. Oh well, sorry. So Varro, she says. Well, you see, I got these instructions that because the couriers had made the pickup from the research station, that they were to be stopped and made sure they didn't get off world, because this will be some of the fruits of the weapons research that they've been doing.
What does that mean?
Oh, okay. So, where was that research station again?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the belt. Yeah, hang on. No, it doesn't say on this piece of paper where it is. I don't suppose they want us to know. I don't suppose they're going to write that down, are they?
Possibly.
If they're
Possibly
willing
not.
to take out a group of couriers in these circumstances.
I mean, you do have a problem in that regard because we do need to get off world, and if we don't, there will be probably bigger consequences than whoever's giving your orders is aware of.
So, I mean, if we took off straight up, would that be a problem?
I don't see why not.
No, that's fair enough.
I mean, if I were you came up north. So if I were, because of where the base is, so if I were you, I would head east from here. So I would take a diagonal course up and east. That should take you over fairly neutral territory. That'd be safe for you. And she smiles, kind of like in a really friendly fashion, at JL when she says that. So she looks at JL and she says, "That'll be safe for you."
Nice.
Miles back. Thank you.
Quick
Yes, okay.
practical question: how long does this last?
An hour.
I thought it was. Okay, you're about 10 minutes in at this point. It
Yeah,
took
we
you
want a bit of-
about 10 minutes or so to walk up here from the landing field.
I'm going to go and search the bodies for, cash and.
Good call.
They're not carrying anything of any value.
No cash at all.
No, of course not. They're
Weapons?
soldiers.
Yeah, soldiers gamble.
They do. They
And lose.
gamble. They drink. They do all sorts of different things. But these guys, clearly, this isn't where they live.
Ah, okay. So there's a barracks.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the steam powered vehicle went off kind of to the south, and you came north to this building.
Yeah. I wonder if the captain would like to show us around the building.
Yeah,
This
maybe
building,
show
or-
us back to our ship.
Yeah, is it worth having her with us on the
Yeah,
trip?
might
On the
might
trip
be
back,
worth having it.
in case of
Yep.
entanglement.
Yeah.
Should probably walk us the whole way back.
Mm.
Mhm.
Right, so what are you going to do?
Well, I think we're going to have a look round, aren't we? Yeah.
Mhm.
Just quickly.
A look round this building?
Yeah.
Don't know
So
if we're
what
gonna
is
find
this
them.
build? I mean,
Is there? What's outside? What, are there more buildings elsewhere? Do we see as we came across here?
No. This building kind of stands on its own in a little sort of nook of the land. There's a wall, kind of at the periphery. You came through a gate and up a path. That's the path just here that leads to the front door. There's a little wall out the back, and there's some sheep kind of grazing in that. There is very little here. It is what it is. It's a building in which some people live. You'll notice some parts of it seem to be almost like set up to look a particular way, but there are supplies. I mean, you can help yourselves to some food and things of that nature. What you think is the case is that there is obviously a building to the south. You can't see it from where you are at the moment, but there must be, because there was a road that went off to the south, and there must be a building in that direction. The ground undulates quite a lot, and that must be where they've taken the crate to. They've brought it up here.
so do you want to, JL? Do you want to ask her about the this building to the south?
Yep.
Are there more people there? Or, is it?
Have the conversation.
We'll ask her what else is around. You doesn't seem to be too much around. Are there any other people in the area? Any other buildings? Do you have any other
Of course.
neighbours?
Of course, there's all the farms. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I've not been here before. I'm interested in taking in
Well, there's
taking in their area.
There's the armory to the south, of course.
Ooh.
That's where they will have taken the crate.
Hmm.
Big operation, of course. They manufacture a lot of the weapons there. Do a lot of magical research because it's tucked into the earth. You've got the fortifications around it, and then you've got it tucked into the earth, and you've got a lot of underground areas in there.
How long have you been here? I mean, you've been here a number of years, I guess. Decades.
How long have I been posted here? You mean?
No, how long has his base been here? I mean,
Oh, years, years and years. Yeah, this was established at the start of the war.
okay.
It's been here a long time.
Yeah, I've
Secret,
seen,
of course.
I've
You
seen,
know that.
I've seen contracts and things coming through for this area, but I've never actually been. So it was nice to put see it for how it is.
Contracts.
Oh, I deal with trade negotiations for quite a few other areas. So normally,
Oh, I
don't get
see.
off planet much.
Well, I don't think that you would have seen any trade negotiations here. It's supposed to be kept secret.
Well, not here specifically, but this planet in this area.
Oh, the planet, very much so.
Yeah.
And for us, possibly.
Do you have any sandwiches?
So if we were to go to the building to the south, would there be any problems with us having a look round?
Having a look round? What, you mean like getting a guided tour?
Well, yeah.
Are you mad?
We've come a long way.
It's a secure military facility.
No, fair enough.
They'd kill you before you even got in the door.
Oh, heavily defended, is it?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's normally, there's the barracks on the side that, my squad used to live in, I suppose.
Oh, who gave you the instructions that the couriers shouldn't leave, by the way?
Oh, that'll be the general.
Does he have a name, or just the general?
She?
Oh, she? Okay.
Yes.
Jail.
Well,
Yeah,
she's a Perigo.
Yes.
Think the general would be up for bonuses for such efficient delivery like we've done.
I'm not sure the general wanted us to leave with anything.
Well, she's in charge of the. She's in charge of arms manufacturing.
Or is she here down at the research station? Or is
Yes. Although she comes and goes, of course.
I guess
Her
there's a
first
few
name's
more-
Alfara, but she's a Perigo. She's a cousin of the prince, of course.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
There's a few more squads like yours down there.
How do you mean a few more squads? My squad's responsible, of course, for the security here at the landing field and this
Yeah,
area. And that's my responsibility, just making sure that ships that come and go are properly managed and things are dealt with.
Mhm.
But
Hey, player.
there's
Come
a
and
there's
go?
a,
You mean-
a
you mean you
complete
let
detachment.
go?
Sorry, Chrissy.
Sorry, no, I'm just sarcastically commenting to myself. Sorry.
But there's
Hey,
a
player.
complete detachment.
Hey, player. Does anyone remember if we've gotten paid for this or we're getting paid
Oh,
for
we're
this?
getting paid it when we get back.
Yeah.
Ah.
We turn up with the document.
Anyway, I think it's probably a really good idea if we were escorted back to our ship.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
It's only courteous, I think.
She turns and looks at JL, and JL, you nod and.
Yeah.
All right then. She's
We'll leave
affable
you-
with the
leave
rest
you in
of you,
peace.
but she seems to be really friendly. She's almost like she's projecting this kind of, love for JL.
Oh no.
Who doesn't?
Very lovable.
Very
Well, no, this is the
lovable.
effect of the spell.
Yeah.
Quite
Yes.
clearly for you.
Well, it's preferable to the other reaction
Oh,
we got
yeah.
in the first place,
Yeah.
I think.
All right, so
What's
you
fine?
you head out and back down the road, and you walk back down the road, and you come in that top gate through the wall, and you're walking across towards your ship. So you're basically walking diagonally across the landing field towards your ship. Your ship is the only one there. All the others have kind of gone, and there's just your ship sitting there in the afternoon sun. And there's actually, you notice there's a tent which has obviously been there for a long time, big, kind of rather than erecting a building by the side of the landing field, they've put this tent up, and it's a fairly permanent thing. And a whole bunch of soldiers just come rushing out, and they see her, and they kind of slow down, and they come over, and they're like, Captain, what's going on? And you can see they're confused. They're looking at one another, they're looking at her, and they're looking at you. Oh, she says, don't worry, wrong people. And they're looking at one another, and they're looking at her. Right? Yeah, don't worry. It's absolutely fine, she says. They're the wrong people. They're just going to get on the ship and go. Okay?
Yep. We're the wrong
Sorry.
people.
Sorry.
Yep, we're not
These
the
are,
people.
these are not the people you're looking for. Not the couriers you're looking for.
And yeah, so she walks you back over to your ship, and they sort of they stand around looking a bit. There's 8 of them, and they kind of stand around. They're all looking at one another and looking at her, and they're all a bit confused. But they don't. It's obvious they don't want to overstep the mark and question the decisions that she's making.
Yeah.
And you get on board the ship quick, right? Who's flying?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take that.
I'm
Right.
up to the ballista.
Yeah. You get up top, and man the ballista. Anybody else going up top?
Yeah, I'll go.
Non-aggressively, man.
No.
Non-aggressively.
You're going to get up there and just
Ballista.
make sure you're in position. I get it.
I'm waving at the soldiers.
Yeah.
Bye.
In. And we still got that. We've not still got a thing attached to it. So
Don't
Yeah,
you
I don't
worry.
think so.
JL will be back.
Possibly.
I really need to
I've got-
replace all of these. It's a pain having to replace all of these. There's no easy
got
way.
that
of
That's
doing
guy-
it.
and by the way, it's my own fault that I changed my token stuff. So don't worry about it, John.
I think,
I've got that door
I think
guard,
the
and
armor
now I've
token
got,
was nicer, but that's just me.
I've got this person. Got 2 of them chasing after me.
Can't just replace it. That's a really annoying thing, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's just.
Cough.
It's enormous love law.
I'm raging.
I think you've exploded.
Raging.
It's
I was
just
absolutely livid.
It's Thanksgiving, then Christmas.
Mm.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Growth Tuesday.
Yeah.
Pancake.
Mm.
Nom nom nom.
Hmm.
Is Shrove Tuesday a thing in in
In
America?
Austria.
That's where I'm going next week.
In the USA?
Yeah, that's where we throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
Those yabbies aren't going to cook themselves. Cobber.
You guys have probably all been to Austria, but that's some of the funniest things you see in the tourist shops are the little magnets or patches that say there are no kangaroos here.
There is a desk at Vienna Airport, apparently. That's for people who went to the wrong country.
Right.
There's a
God.
specific
That's
desk
That's
at
a
Vienna
long
Airport.
flight.
That is a long
Yeah.
way, yeah.
Well, it depends on where you're going from and to, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she even imagined. Oh,
Why are there no kangaroos?
You can imagine if you get on a plane and you know from London and you think you're going, and then an hour and a half later the plane like, what?
That wasn't long, yeah. I think wasn't there, I don't know if there's a headline last couple of years ago that said somebody got Gibraltar and Gibraltar Point mixed up and ended up in the wrong place. It's like, that's not even close.
Okay.
So,
You take off.
We are taking off
Yep.
and heading out over neutral territory.
So, JL, you hang over the side of the ship and wave, and she waves back to you, and off you go. Okay, so yeah, so
Where's
you're
the-
going to
where's
go,
the
you're
kiss?
going to kind of diagonally east and up and out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is the charm a concentration spell?
oh, it's gonna break soon.
I believe
gonna
it's
break.
concentration.
I'm going to say it's not going to last as soon as you get out of range, is it?
Is it concentration?
Oh, were
no,
there
it's
any
not.
other-
No, it's not
You said there are no
concentration.
other ships there, right,
Not
John?
concentration. Okay.
There are
Just
no
an
other
hour.
ships there.
All right, so we didn't need to mash any other ships before we took off. That's
No.
great.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not
John,
it's
so
not concentration,
the
but she will know she was charmed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a
only-
concentration. spell.
hour is up though, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you're about 30, 40 minutes. You're not exactly sure. Probably about 30, 40 minutes have elapsed.
Okay. Well.
So you got a bit of
it's,
time. You
about
take
half
off,
hour.
and basically you just get the hell out of there as fast as you can. You're trying to gain height,
Yeah.
and you're basically at a 45-degree angle. You're trying to gain height and distance. So you're trying to maximise your opportunity for getting out of here.
Yeah.
And you
Good
are
plan.
absolutely alert to the possible risks, and it's going pretty well for a good for a good 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that, it's going really, really well, and you're heading up into the sky. You're getting up into the air. You're confident that before very long, you'll be leaving the atmosphere of this planet, and you're just belting along. You feel that the charm has probably dropped by now, so that she's now going to be
Alarms
livid.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't matter.
Just a little bit.
Ooh, ah.
Hey, she's lucky to be alive, as far as I'm concerned.
This is very true. Yeah.
Boy,
Did her a favor.
Yeah.
Did her a
John,
favor.
she would have been dead on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it was much
can
easier
take-
doing what you did. It
She
suited
can-
you a
Oh,
lot better.
Hey,
Mhm.
she did it. She started it. So I'm sorry. She did it.
We would have had
No, you're
another fight
misunderstanding.
sure on the
We
way
were
out.
You were much
peacefully
better off charming
follow
her and doing what you did
sign
than the
paperwork.
alternative.
Yes, we
Yeah.
were much better off. But if she hadn't attacked in the first place, we wouldn't have had to jump. So,
We do possess. Who's up there with me?
I'm up there.
Hey,
No one. You're talking to yourself.
Yeah,
Again.
we do possess some knowledge now that's of interesting value.
Yeah.
There would
Yeah.
probably be people who would pay for it.
Certainly got the fingers in things that they probably shouldn't.
So
Yeah.
Apple pies.
you've been flying for a good 40, 45 minutes, and you're high. You're a few miles high, and you've been looking around.
Oh,
No, not that kind of. And you've been looking around, and everyone is on alert. Everyone is paying attention. Everyone is, looking out windows or whatever. You are paying attention, and
Oh,
as you're
we know that-
rising,
fast ships.
yeah. But that would still be a long way, unless they're posted quite close to you. But as you're rising in the distance above you, you're heading towards, it's slightly off to one side actually. You can see a large array of ships sitting in the sky, and you're like, okay. And they seem to be kind of going. They're going to pass you're going to pass behind them in effect. And you are whizzing along, but you're a bit confused. You're not quite sure what's happening or.
Anyone
what
want to
they
break
are.
out the telescope, see if they can recognise any?
So the folks who are up
reports?
top, I'm going to get to make some perception checks.
Fly
Because it is
casual.
perception.
Yes, fly casual. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yay! That's gonna be just exactly what I need.
Not much better. Nearly,
There-
20,
oh.
nearly 20.
Okay,
Crap,
I'm
it
going
was
to
on
let
20 and rolled off.
I'm going to let the helmsman make one as well, because, and if there's anybody else, where is everyone else? Okay, Shaggy as well, because he's on the foredeck. But
Am?
Megan, because she's ensconced.
You are.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What am I doing?
Perception.
Perception check,
Perception.
man.
Oh, I'm going to
Perception.
use a inspiration dice with that.
Okay, all right, go for it.
What? Where'd you get that?
Inspiration dice.
Nice.
I'm a bard.
Oh, you are a
Bardic
bard.
inspiration.
22.
Absolutely.
22. So you see this swarm of ships in the distance, and they're varying sizes. And it takes you a moment. You're looking at them, and you're kind of trying to resolve them, both visually and kind of in your head. You're trying to work out what's going on as you fly. You're concentrating both on flying and taking them in. It takes you a moment to just sort of rev yourself up sufficiently to pay attention to what's going on, and you realise that they are they're heading in the wrong direction. So they're not coming from where that fleet was. They're kind of going towards that area somewhat, and they're coming from a completely different direction. And you realise as well that they're all red. So as the light is glinting off them, it's late afternoon, and the kind of the angle of the sun illuminates them really, really well. They're all kind of this crimson colour with these gold stripes down the side, whereas the ships that you saw before were grey with kind of a kind of arrow, a kind of mustardy yellow arrow pattern on the side. You didn't really thought about it before. They were just military ships and they were grey, and you didn't really think about it too much. But now you realise that these are different, and you figure that they must be a different faction to the one that you were delivering the crate to. As I say, you're going to pass probably about half a mile behind them. Do you want to change course, or are you happy to keep on this course? You'd have to kind of swing more to the north to avoid them more.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, guys? I mean, will we pass by close to them?
You'll be fairly close if you don't change direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, probably don't want to get too close to a military fleet on the So yeah, I think yes, avoid.
Okay.
Avoid, I think.
So you turn slightly, and what you do is you basically stand on your tail, so you're heading straight upwards, which will avoid them by probably about a mile once you get to their height, because you're below them at the moment.
I cannot imagine we're not going to get intercepted if we're going near
after
that convoy.
After you're kind of flying for about probably. I mean, by the way, everybody's looking out can see these. It's just it was the detail that was the reason for the perception check. You can spot them, and you're all on tenterhooks thinking, like, is one of them going to come out of the direction? What's going to happen? And you're all watching this fleet, and it's quite a distance away. I mean, it's far enough that you're not too concerned about it. And then suddenly, you see these puffs coming out of loads of them. You see these puffs of like flame shooting out. And you're all immediately just frozen into place almost. I mean, you keep flying, Varro. It's not that, but you're all, all of you, your blood runs cold because you think they're firing on you. They're firing on us. They're firing on us. And then you realise that they're not paying any attention to you at all. And what they're doing is they're firing somewhere over there. And Varro, you just turn the ship so that you get a view, that you've got a view, and also the guys up top have got a view. And in the far distance, you can see what you think is the fleet from the military base is coming up. It's hard to see. It's hard to resolve them because of the position of the star and the position of the starlight that's falling, the sunlight in effect that's falling. They're kind of almost flying out of the sun, but you can see little puffs coming out of those, and you think there's basically some major military engagement has just started up. For purposes and reasons you're not entirely sure, but there's a battle going on. And after a good sort of 10-15 minutes, you escape the kind of the gravity well and the atmosphere, and you basically put your boot down, and you storm out of here. You spot a path and you just light out as fast as you possibly can, and you leave this fight behind you.
I give my tail to get a bit of extra draft.
Beautiful.
And yet again, once again, we run away from a planet.
Yeah.
We're running out of planets.
We've got some.
But you need to remember what this planet is about. You need to remember details of this planet.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, at least it's only one faction we've burned our bridges with on this planet. So,
to be fair, the first thing they did try and do was murder you.
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't justified.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't like you were trying to murder them. I mean, you did murder them a bit. Well, you didn't really murder them. It was self-defense. It was fine.
No,
but you were taken to a secret military establishment in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we got our papers.
Absolutely.
We got our papers. Signed paperwork.
Now, hopefully, we can. Yeah, let's cash them in. Hopefully.
Okay.
Right, heading back.
Right.
Heading back.
Is there anything that you want to do on this journey? Do excuse me, guys. we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a moment. And we're back. Sorry about that brief break. That's what happens when the doorbell rings. When you're in the middle of gaming and no one else is here. So, are you heading straight back to Craxis?
I don't think we've got anywhere else to be, have we?
I think so.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, be great to take something back with us, make double the profit out of this thing. But I can't think of anything.
I'd like to cash in these papers before
Yeah, before word gets anywhere.
word gets back.
Good
Yeah.
call. Good call.
Very good. You plot a course and you just put your foot down and go as fast as you possibly can. There's nothing that you think can outrun you at this point. As you
Well,
come
I
into
think
land in Craxis, you are pointed by the port crew to a landing pad that's off to one side again. So rather than landing where you would be in the main part of the port, kind of effectively you're sort of sent round the back, for want of a better way of putting it.
Nice.
That's the picture of the place where the miserable gits were. kicked us off planet.
No, that was in a desert. This is
I'm pretty sure that was the picture.
Yeah. No, that's the
No.
that's the place where she lives. The Empress. You know, we did
Yeah.
the wormy thing, whatever it was called, and we got the parasites off of it.
Later.
That's where we got that job,
yeah.
Yep.
and they like us at the moment.
Yep. One of the few places.
Mostly because we haven't killed anyone on planet yet.
Exactly.
Been
did
very
bypass all-
careful.
I did bypass all of her security, which is a bit alarming. She didn't seem to mind.
But
No.
there's the
Hey.
question. Did you?
Well, I walked through a lot of it. I
But
think
there's the
yeah.
question.
But she possibly knew about that.
Did you? You charmed your way past various people. Certainly that's the case.
Yeah.
But did you really walk past her security?
I think
Yeah.
she was aware.
It's jail,
Yeah.
of course she did.
Jail, making friends everywhere with magic.
It's either they love her or they hate her, or they love her briefly and then hate her.
Also, it's still this bizarre thing that you've got. I mean, she's a teenager, 15, 16 years
Yeah.
old, and she's in charge of this Freeport,
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
which is defended by some giant space whale, the likes of which no one has ever seen before.
Mhm.
And everyone seems to defer to her.
Well, she's got a giant space whale behind
She's
her.
got a
so,
giant,
you know.
a 1 mile long giant space whale that
Yeah,
flies
that's
around
right.
and kind of
Mm-hmm.
kicks ass and takes names, right? And
Yep.
everyone defers to her because she's the daughter of the former mayor, but nobody's like really sure about anything.
Interesting.
One of the reasons I wanted an introduction.
Yep.
She's
Yeah,
she's an enigma
Yeah.
this summer.
I think you should keep pulling at that string a little bit. Not too hard.
She seemed to
Yeah,
think you
just-
might be interested in giving us some work. She seemed impressed.
What do you call the young woman in charge of a giant space whale? Answer: anything she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
whatever she tells you to. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
think if
yeah,
you,
you come into land, and there's a small building just across from you, and this Hadazee actually pops out and kind of stands there
monkey boys.
leaning against the door frame, smoking.
That'll kill you, monkey. But I'll
What'd you
have
call
one
me?
of those if you got one.
What'd you call me?
Oh,
You call me monkey
excuse
and then
me.
you want one? Hmm? Cheeky big boy, huh? And he reaches into a pocket and pulls out this leather case and pops it open. Go on then.
Sweet, it wasn't a dagger. Oi, good.
They're kind of short cigars. And then he reaches into another pocket and he produces this little box. And then it's matches. And he strikes the match up.
Mighty kind of you.
Salam says you need payment. You need paperwork. In.
Very good. Well, that's what that guy's for. I thumb my big thumb at Vero.
You have paperwork.
Gael's got it.
Oh yeah. Sure.
He leads
Yes, I
you
do
into
have
this
paperwork.
stone
I'm in
built
jail.
building. And down a set of stairs into this basement. There's lots of metal grates and things.
Was this how it was last time?
It's completely
I
different.
didn't come
building.
down. I didn't want
This
to.
is not
no,
part
yeah.
of the port. This is
Different
something
place.
else.
Hmm.
Right. Let's have a look.
I stand off to one side behind JL, but ready.
Taps his finger on the paperwork. Am I reading this right? This name. You read it?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
I don't think I did, but I'm not sure who had it, who was given it initially. I probably would have done actually, because
Captain Talia Periga Balto.
Yes.
Well, they're in a
Seems I
circle,
can't-
huh? Well, maybe
Well,
not
she
they're
was-
in their inner circle, but close in. Part of the family, huh? The extended
She
family.
was the one who greeted us, yeah.
Organised a big welcome party for us.
Didn't have any sandwiches. Disappointing.
Where did they take you? Never mind. Weird planet, weird planet. People
Yeah.
fighting all the time, fighting.
Oh yeah, we
Boring
saw that
sort
on the
of
way
rustle
out.
behind him as he does that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Don't follow. Don't
the air
follow
is
carrying
thick
information.
with the cigar smoke from him and from Lovelaw. Wreaths
This
their
is,
heads.
this is nice.
It's good, huh?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciated. I thank you.
So, Synoda. And he takes the paperwork off
Shake.
and he opens a drawer. There's a series of kind of cabinets behind him. He opens a drawer and he files the paperwork away. And he takes another piece out and he comes over and he fills it out, puts a number down at the bottom. Here. There's a space for all of you. You all sign. Then I'll get the money.
Mhm. Okay.
Read it first.
Mhm.
It's a receipt.
All right.
Okay.
Put Put the old X on there.
And yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you all sign. There's a section at the bottom for everybody to sign. You all sign. And he leaves it just to sit there and dry, and then he gets up and he goes down the end, and there's a rather hefty looking door. And he reaches out and touches the handle on the door, and you notice his fingers make a particular pattern on the shape of the handle. And he just holds his hand there for a moment, and then he turns the handle and he goes clunk, and he pulls it open, and he goes through, clunk behind him, and you hear it go ka-chunk as the locks fire back into place. About a minute and a half later, he comes back. Clunk, clunk at the door, and he pushes it open. He closes it again behind him.
He sees that I'm trying to get Shaggy to take a drag because I want to see what it looks like inside of him.
It doesn't breathe.
Yeah, Shaggy goes for it. He takes a quick puff on the cigar.
He doesn't breathe.
And basically, all that happens. Well, he's got to be able to breathe.
I mean, there's a
hasn't
sort of slorp noise, and this thing disappears inside him, and he goes, ow, ow, hot, hot, poof. And then you've got a damp cigar. I mean, how does this work?
But
Your
you
cigar
tell
is
me,
moist,
it's your
sir.
story. I mean, he's a plasmoid, isn't he? But he can hold his breath for an hour. What happens after the hour? He must be out. He must need to breathe.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it doesn't make
Osmosis.
sense, does it?
Osmosis.
Is it through his?
Yeah, pretty fine.
Osmosis.
It's osmotic. It's through his skin. Yeah, no, I'm assuming that for a plasma,
Yeah.
it's the osmotic.
So okay, so Shaggy thinks about it. He goes, Lovelore, take a massive drag on the cigar and then plant it straight onto my cheek. And Lovelore, basically, he has to push it with his
but is it
breath
like-
No.
into.
But is it like
Lovelord
motorboating?
completely misunderstands it. Sorry? Oh, yeah. And that's when the guy comes back in the room.
Well, Jane's got drawing this. She's like, I've got to sketch.
And as the guy comes back
His
in the
wings,
room,
his wings
all
now
I
are
say
kind
is,
of all perky
Shaggy,
like that, are suddenly kind of round him, and he's like, I don't think I want to see this.
I'm motorboating Shaggy. That's great.
He's got he's bought this kind of, it's a simple wooden box. It's like a treasury box. It's just got a latch on it. It's not locked. He brings it out and he clunk, and he puts it down on the counter, and he shoves it over. Count it if you want. I have.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay.
You're gonna sit
I'm
there and
looking
count
back
it?
out the door where it came.
Yeah,
It's
I'll do
going
it.
to take a while.
Well, I mean, just have a quick look,
Yeah.
Probably have a pretty reasonable idea of what.
Yeah. You think he's probably not ripping you off, right?
Yeah, if it's close, I'm
Yeah.
not going to go, coin for coin.
He's one of Salnam's trusted crew, yeah?
Yeah.
Clearly he's trusted with the big money.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So it should be
Thank you.
2,500 gold, I believe.
2,500 gold pieces.
Thank you kindly.
Don't spend it all at once.
Glad that we're okay. We can spend it.
Nice.
What happened to the last lot?
Yeah.
Wow, we don't even know what to do with this amount of money. This is
Well,
stupid.
You can go
Do they have
shopping.
races? Do they have races around here that we could waste it all on immediately?
Shopping.
Hmm.
Get a new hat.
I'd say
Another
we,
new hat.
so divvy it up 5 ways equally, shall we?
Mhm.
500
No, I'd
gold
like
each.
to spend 2,500 on this one horse. But the horse has only got one leg.
Exactly.
Or the one-legged horse.
And it's a 6-legged horse race. Got a good feeling about it.
Yeah.
They're giving me 9 billion to 1 odds. Yeah.
Right. Well, you see, because it's got 5 less legs, that's less weight. It's lighter. Of course.
Yes, it was a 0 gravity horse.
That's it.
Okay, so we're getting 500 apiece because I'm writing this down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not clicking the up arrow. I'm going to type it in.
Yeah.
So
One,
Lovelore
two.
realizes that he's got more money than he's ever had, and that anytime he's ever had any money, he spends it like it's water. And if he has this much money, it might kill him.
Yeah.
He's a little worried that
Overindulgence.
maybe we should get another job just to avoid. Oh, I got an idea. Shaggy, can you keep some of this for me?
Yeah, sure. I open I stretch out some of my belly and go stick it on in.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick about 400 in there. That way, I can't kill myself in one shot.
And Lovelore sees all the coins start bloody dissolving.
No. Good news is no. Good news is that's not what happens to plasmoids. Because it's a plasmoid. You're not a gelatinous humanoid.
Yeah.
Okay,
I am
Shaggy,
each substance somehow. How
you are
much are you giving
carrying
me? 400.
You're carrying 400 for me.
Last
I just
thing
got rid of it
anyway.
off mine. There you go. Now I feel a lot better about myself. That it's almost such a relief to get that. Oh my word, that would have been deadly.
Shouldn't we be putting into the ships?
We have
kitties,
100 gold in the party kitty at the moment,
which pays for parking and
docking
fees
fees
and
so
stuff.
on and so forth.
So maybe I'm going to put 50 out of mine into that just to top it up a bit more.
I'll put 100 in. I
I'll do
think,
that
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I'll do
that's
that too.
We all put 100. If we all put 50 in, that brings it up to 350.
Okay, yeah.
Boom! I pulled 50
each.
off there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Little tax, landing tax. That's great.
So how much are we putting in? Because Lovelore's just put 50 in.
each.
Yeah.
50, right. So Lovelore, just make Anthony, just make a note to say that I've got 350 of your gold
No.
coins.
I pulled that out of mine.
Oh, you pulled it out of yours, right? Okay, so 400.
Yep. So you still have 400.
So
I'm just down to 50, which means I will probably survive this encounter with the port.
and then
That's
I'm
good.
taking 50 out of mine. There you go. So 50 of my gold pieces are in there.
So this Haddersy, before we leave, I'll say Varro says to him, so that was a nicely paying job, and as you can see, we delivered as requested. Do you happen to know if there's any jobs going that need reliable capable crew?
Well done, Varro.
No idea.
Okay, I just
Don't know
thought
why
I'd
this
ask.
one paid so much.
You got any people we should talk to?
I think it was left over from the crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was to incentivize somebody to take the job.
Yeah. I mean,
Bit of a risk,
yeah.
you know.
an element of superstition about it, maybe.
I hear.
And like you say, it was a bit of a war zone. They were kicking off at each other when we left.
Yeah, that's always the case, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm.
Come on, that's shelter for you. You not been
Yeah.
there before?
No,
No.
first time. So, oh well. Okay. Well, thanks for your time. Do we leave the ship where it is, or take it over to the regular dock?
Don't leave it there too long.
Okay, no worries. Hopefully, we'll be gone soon. Get another mission.
Oh, yeah. You walk
I
back
think
up the
by
stairs,
too long.
and he watches you go. You step kind of out of the little blockhouse at the top, which is effectively empty, save for the steps that go down into the rock. And
I best get my axe.
and there's as you step up and you look up at the roof of the blockhouse, and there's this teenager sat on the roof with her legs dangling over the side.
Doesn't have red hair, does he?
Sure does.
Mhm.
Work out.
Shit.
Oh.
Hey,
Waves.
guys, let's let JL take care of this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think the rest of us should head off. Someone may need a confidant, if you know what I mean, JL.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, I'll head back to the ship. We've got to and go and organise supplies and stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Shaggy, maybe we should go check out, some of the places Spelljammers hang out for jobs.
She
Yeah, okay.
pats the thing, JL, next to her, the roof.
You seeing something I'm not?
Sorry?
No,
Hello?
carry on.
I may have misheard that. Sorry.
Okay, JL.
Mm.
Salnam pats the roof next to where she's sitting. She looks at you, nods, and pats the roof. As if
So I
she's
thought the kid
indicating,
just sat on the roof. Oh, yeah, I'll
jump up here and sit down next to me. Yeah?
Plumps
She's
down.
about
Oh.
8 feet off the ground at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay?
No.
You just
Not
scale
right,
up
no.
and turn yourself around and sit next to her, yeah?
Yeah, I've got a grapple hook if I need it.
You don't. But it's you make slightly less elegant work of it than you might have otherwise liked to. But you're
Yeah.
fine.
Mhm.
What's with them? She says.
What, the crew?
Yeah. Don't they like talking to me? Is that
Nothing.
one going
Here,
drinking again?
guys.
Is that one going drinking again? He got in trouble last time, as I heard.
I believe they've come to an agreement so that he doesn't get out of hand.
He'll never get out of hand here.
That's good to know.
Might have a few extra scars by the end of each day, but
I think he's used to
I
that
think it's safe.
in his line of work.
Looks like it.
Mm. But we made it. We made it back. We're here. We
Alive.
delivered what? Yes, which is always
Any
nice.
risk?
He did try to kill us. Yeah.
That
He
makes
didn't
me
seem to want-
sad.
Yeah. He didn't
I'm
seem to
slightly
want to know.
angry too. I'm glad you got
But
a
I
good payoff for it.
Yeah, and we didn't, and we managed to, with the main person who signed the paperwork is still alive, so that's good. And based on what your colleague was saying, or your, get his name now.
He didn't give you his name, how does he?
How does it? Okay. Based on what he was saying, it's probably a good thing she didn't get killed because she's part of the royal, she's part of the family. So. Don't want them chasing us. But no, we got out of there. We delivered the goods and came back, and no worse for wear particularly. So.
Well, it's good to see that everything has worked out for you.
Mm-hmm. Any issues? With any issues here?
Just so you know, that's what a Hattersea looks like, okay? For anybody who wants to...
Hence my mistaken description.
Oh.
They
Did you
can
get a long
glide
rest on
with
the way
those
back?
things,
The
you
answer
know.
is yes, you got a long rest on the way back.
Oh, yeah.
So
Awesome.
you're all back to healthy. Yeah, no problem at all. Well, It's good to hear you're alive. But I'm never keen when people making what should be a simple delivery are put at risk by those being delivered to.
Whatever that was I don't think was what was documented. I got traces of aberration when I did a sense. Something nasty.
No.
It was not whatever that was. It was not pleasant.
Well, I'm not concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the fact that I sent people to do a job in good faith. A simple delivery job. Yes, with risks. Yes, with issues. But a simple delivery job.
Mm-hmm.
And those you were delivering to decided to try and kill you. That is bad form as far as I am concerned.
Certainly bad manners. We didn't even give us anything to eat.
Perhaps if deliveries to shelter were to decline, it would make people rethink
Yes,
the
that
decisions
would have been
they
my
make.
next argument as well.
Not to all of shelter, of course, but particularly to the Periga.
Although
Careful.
it may be. I mean, yeah.
I
We
think
don't
it might.
want we don't
give
want them
us
coming
a-
after. We
not
don't want them
heard
coming after you
about-
out of vengeance, though.
Coming after me.
Boy,
That
this is
would
dangerous.
be unwise of them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
I
you
would
think?
agree. Oh yes, I would agree. I mean, I know we've had dealings with their world as well. So that would have been my argument that they may not get so many supplies, but I didn't have to use that in the end. They managed to avoid that conversation.
Well, stay safe out there. And thank you for the update.
Do you
And
have
she
any
swings
more
out.
work for us?
Not at the moment, but perhaps in future. She swings. She just swings up, drops down gently on, kind of literally just lands almost like a cat on the floor, turns and then just walks off between the buildings and is gone from sight. And that strange, warm, positive feeling that you have around her sort of slowly drifts away from you. The Hanseatic League, yes.
Don't piss off the Hanseatic League.
Don't piss off the Hanseatic League. Have you started to see some of the inspirations behind certain structures and things within this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically like a Hanseatic free port.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Craxis is in many respects.
Yeah.
And to a
Well,
certain
it's good-
extent, actually, the shelter was modelled on the idea of, the Hanseatic League kind of working together and then having a massive falling out because of egos.
Mm.
So yeah, funny enough, that was a big inspiration. Well
Human
spotted.
factors. Human factors.
Yes.
Oh yes. The more things change, the more they stay.
Yeah. Jail's gonna sit on. She's gonna sit on the roof for a few more minutes, I think, and just contemplate what has passed. Because I don't think she's
Ponder
actually.
that.
Yeah, because I don't think she's. Yeah.
Something to think on was how she thanked us for information.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've gotten on the hook as a good information source,
Mm-hmm.
you never get off that hook.
No.
Careful. Should be interesting.
It's like the
Should be
mice
interesting to
in
see how this plays out.
It's like the mice in Restaurant at the End of the Universe.
like we said that. I mean, I think JL's not. She knows some stuff, but she's still very young, and I think she's yeah.
Okay, do me a favour. All right. And just give me a second. Just.
I'm thinking she might appear young.
Well, this
Might
is true.
be human.
Yes.
Hey, you don't even know.
Giant space whale projection.
Yeah, could be. Or just, disguise self. Out of disguise.
Yep. This is true.
That's
You don't get that
just have to-
feeling.
Transformed dragon. Polymorph.
Again, it just that's not what strikes you.
That's not a blowhole.
You don't think she's, polymorphed or disguised or. But there is definitely something
Yeah, something.
about her.
Right. Minor deity.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
by the
yeah,
way,
I think
By the
perhaps
way-
you should make an investigation roll, JL.
Yeah.
Just
JL
by
seems
the
to-
way, you know that blowhole is a false name for something.
I think JL seems
Really?
to like her so far.
Here it
Oh.
comes. Come on, big roll, big roll, big roll.
Not rolling well tonight.
Sign.
It
Jeez.
was nearly 18.
It was.
no, it wasn't. It was 7. That's not nearly 18. That's 11 away from 18. Even I can
Oh,
count.
No, but it nearly stopped on the
The
18.
dice
the
nearly
18
stopped on the
phase,
18.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
I'll
She's
give
supposed
2
to be good
stress
at-
so he
she's
can
supposed to be good at this
she
stuff.
can roll again.
And extra dice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bit of bl-
just
bit-
do
bit
it.
of blood
Just do a
magic.
flashback.
She's supposed to be good at this stuff. And she's not.
She has this uncanny knack of putting you off,
Mm.
but this is not a teenage girl.
No.
But she doesn't. Again, the magically speaking, you're not getting the kind of polymorph vibes or any of those other things. It's just not. There's just something about her demeanor. She has this gravitas, this worldly wiseness that is far beyond her years. Physically, very much so, but there's something about her character.
This is twice that she sought you out, JL.
Mhm.
Think
Well, one
about
day-
that.
Well, one day she may roll higher and work something out.
She actually saw She actually saw all of you out, but the rest of you were like bye and buggered off. And JL was the only one who
Yeah, we did.
stopped to say hello.
Yeah, we did. Like
So
cowards.
Yeah, she thinks she's found a friend. Whether that's true or not, we'll find out.
Like cowards ran.
So Lovelore walks into the brothel
Jail. Oof.
and he's
Oh,
got
man.
a handful of coins and he just walks in with this shit-eating grin on his
Oh.
face with this big fistful
Oh,
of coins.
yeah.
And he's just kind of
The
going,
perfume is burning my eyes. It's so thick in here. Oh, this is a great place. Shaggy, what do you think? I look at my shoulder because I just assumed Shaggy's there. He may have gone somewhere else.
I don't know, is he there?
I don't know.
Nah, the women that you frequent can't handle my pseudopod.
Aside from that nasty joke, are you at least there to spot me?
Voyeurism is not my thing, mate. I'm more into swashbuckling and jumping on enemy ships and raiding than watching my best mate. Yeah,
No.
Plunder.
This is much more.
in safe harbors.
This is a pirate thing too. Look around. Look around.
I look around.
In this room are probably half the captains that are out there. We got more
Well,
money
not
in
in
our
this
pocket.
room, no.
Okay, well.
This is
Lovelore
the
thinks so.
entrance room with the, and then there's side
Oh,
rooms,
okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
In
Gotcha.
this building, maybe,
Sure.
but,
Oh, there's not a grand concourse gathering area. Go figure. So just play your cards close to your chest. They've got a card room here. That's where we want to go.
I look at my chest. You can see straight through me. I'm really crap at holding cards close to my chest. You have fun. You go and have fun. I'm gonna go and do something.
All right, I'll go lose my 50 gold playing cards, John. And if I get any information out of it, that's a great thing. You can tell me.
I thought you were in a brothel.
I know, but I'm going to play cards. That was the first thing that came to his mind.
I'm not sure you quite understand what a brothel's for.
You're supposed to lose your money, not win. You're not supposed to come out with more. I mean, if you do, we need to gag you to a healer.
The problem is that Lovelord truly thinks that he's going to have plenty of money for all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Right? He's gonna play cards. He's gonna drink, and then he's gonna avail himself of the services. But of course, as soon as he gets into the cards, he's gonna lose every bit of that 50 gold. And thankfully, Shaggy has the rest.
Yeah. Okay. So this building does have a gambling den off the side as well, which is fine. You can kind of get in and do a bit of gambling, so we can go on with that, and Shaggy can join.
Yeah.
We'll leave you guys drinking there, and
supplies
have
no
been
need to
sought.
roleplay that out.
All I can say is these may not be the queens you're looking for.
Yeah. Well, no. The one thing I would ask out of that, John, is if I'm going to burn money and dork around in that area trying to rub shoulders, so to speak, with the other captains and crewmen and all that,
come back
is
to
I'm
that.
looking. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
we'll
good.
come back to that in a minute.
Looking for information.
Yeah.
Go to the next one.
We'll come back to that. So, I'm just going to hop across to Varro. Varro, you've sorted out a good cleanup of the ship, and picked up some supplies, so that's not a problem. Megan, are you doing anything as well?
No, I'm just keeping Barrow company, making sure that
Okay.
I've got enough hands.
So you and Varro are getting things sorted, not a problem.
Yeah.
So let's circle back round to the third hand of cards that's being played here. And this is a far more conventional card game that you're playing in than the previous one that you played with the Tabaxi.
That was interesting.
Mm.
Okay.
So this is a fairly conventional draw poker game, and you flashed a bit of gold in, but you're still sitting there with your with a good 40 odd gold intact at the table with you, and
Which
sitting
is surprising.
around the table. There's an individual that is kind of hard to place. He's wearing a wide-brimmed hat made out of black leather, and he's wearing a black leather trench coat and appears to be wearing darkened leather armor underneath it. Think he's human. You're not 100% sure, and every so often he looks up and he just makes a few comments sotto voce to dealing. I say he. Think he's male.
Mm-hmm.
From the depth of his voice, you think so. But he seems to be keeping his own counsel. Next to him
Does he
is.
talk? Okay.
Sorry?
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, does he talk to the others around him at all, or?
No, he's not engaging in conversation. He's ordered a couple of drinks. But apart from that, he's very much keeping quiet. He's making very little comment, very little tell, other than commentary on the game and involvement with it. He's not having a long conversation. Next to him is a a guy who looks much more like a kind of pirate captain scoundrel. He's wearing a bright red frock coat. He has a moustache that comes out that's twirled at the end, and he's turning back on itself, and a beard. Although his beard is actually quite unkempt and a bit kind of scraggly around.
I know the feeling.
And he's got a bandana around his head, which is tied at the back. And he's making the occasional lewd comment to some of the women who wander past every now and again, and laughing uproariously. And
How gauche.
yes, he certainly seems that way. And then next to him is a very demure-looking woman, who has blonde hair. She's an elf. She has a rather beautiful dress that's got kind of lovely embroidery on it. It's set a little low for effect, and she's been shoved into it. And you certainly are taken by that view. And
How does she react to the comments from this guy next to her?
She arches an eyebrow, and sometimes she sort of looks up and to her left and gives a gentle shake of her head, but she's not responding to him. She's not responding to the things that he's saying.
Well, then Lovelore is going to do the same damn thing when he says stuff.
Well, he's going to shake his head and okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Shaggy, and then you got Lovelore. So there's 5 of you at the table. And then there's
Oh. This is a table. This is a table, Shag.
the drinks are flowing.
Hear that?
The hands are circling. And you've got into a situation where at the start 5 of you are taking your turns. The pot is building on the table. And you reach a point where the fella in black just folds, and he sits back, and Shaggy folds as well. And it's just down to the 3 of you. It's the woman, it's the loudmouth, and you, Lovelore. And he bangs the table. Come on, bam, bam. Let's have another one. Come on. See where we're going to go. Oh, yeah. Come on.
I take a look at my hand. How strong am I looking?
You have 2 pair. It's a good
Fair
hand.
enough. What's high?
Sorry? What's high?
2 pair. What's the high pair?
Okay, so you got a pair of 6s and a pair of jacks.
Okay. It's not a bad hand. So I lean back in the chair.
The loudmouth, does he have a scar across his throat and sort of stitch marks? And is he called the Kurgan?
I am in
Hope not.
disguise.
He licked the hands of nuns as they go past.
Oh.
Clancy Brown must have been about like 25 when he played that role, wasn't he? He must have been really young. Yeah.
I think he was the best actor in the movie, though.
Well, by a country mile.
Yeah.
And all he was doing was chewing
Love
the
little-
scenery,
yeah.
which was great.
Well, the villains are all the best roles on this.
Is there a role you'd like me to make John to try and bluff this guy?
There is.
Because this is not Lovelore's best.
There is. I'd
It's
like you to
not
make a
the best
deception.
thing.
I'd like you to make a deception check, actually. I'd like you to make a deception check first.
this could just solve all of our. Unless I really get a weird roll, this is not going to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but then you also hand strength wise, you've been a bit concerned. You're trying to work out. The woman seems to. She's been quite neutral all the way through, but she seems like she, you know, the loudmouth has been bluff and bluster all the way, but she's been quiet and just playing, and she seems to be very much in the zone.
How's the power?
So
how's the
can
pile
you-
of her tokens look?
Can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Another one of my fortes.
Okay.
That's better.
You think the loudmouth is bluffing, but you can't tell when it comes to her. That's just the feeling that you've got. You know
All right,
you're
in that
doing
case,
a
I try
terrible
and-
job of hiding your hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
But what I'll try and do is draw him up.
okay.
Why not?
So it's her go.
Be-
She
Because
raises.
His angle is less about the cards.
So it's her go, and she raises again.
I'll raise. Just a minute.
Okay. So you're going to raise. That's another 10 gold that's going to go in.
Wonderful.
Okay. You're down to
One of
at this
the
point.
things that's not a tell for him is he doesn't seem to have any regret when he's put money in.
For the first time, he sucks his teeth, and you see his one of his eyebrows kind of go up, and then he's
The rich for you.
and then he gets this shit-eating grin. All right then, all in.
All in.
This is her go next.
What does she? Yeah. What does she do?
Oh, sugar.
All right, she says. I'll
What do I
see
have
you.
left?
I'll see you. She puts into the pot.
Oof. Now it's getting rich.
You,
Now it's getting rich. What's left, John?
You've got 20 gold pieces left.
So I look at her and try and give her a knowing nod, even though that's not my forte. And I push the rest of my money in
Okay.
because I'm not going for the cards. I'm going for the girl.
Okay.
That explains the pyramids. That explains
She,
incredibly complex geometric
You-
structures.
So you turn over.
How many thousand years ago? How big
Rob, we can hear your telly.
Do not hear. We can hear your television, Rob.
Rob, we can hear your telly, Rob.
Sorry.
Start watching CNN, Rob. So she.
We're at a really important juncture.
So you need to. You put your two pair up.
I know my money's gone. She's going to beat me.
And he flings his cards down. And she turns her cards over and she's got a flush.
Oof. Well done, my lady.
And she reaches in to the. She reaches her hand out to basically take the pot off the table. And he snarls and he goes to grab her hand. Would you like to
I
react?
punch him in the jaw. Oh, yep. Punch him right in the jaw. Solid in the
Go
jaw.
for it.
What is this?
He's
This
basically to your left.
this is unarmed.
You basically your left hook just comes out and meaties in.
I
Straight
don't
across
have
the
an
face of the guy
don't
with
have
the
a-
hat, who's leaned back in his chair and his hat's down and he's just watching what's going on.
You don't have an unarmed.
Where is he in,
Yeah, I do, I do,
in
I
relation
do,
to
I
me?
do.
Should be right. At the
So
bottom.
Lovelore, you're to Lovelaw's right. To that, Then round the table, it's the woman, and then you've got the loudmouth, and then you've got the man in black. Okay. You
Right, so he's
shoot
closer
out,
to me
you shoot
than-
out your fist to basically punch him, but it's a bit too much of a reach across. But as he goes to hand her, the guy in black just spins around, and actually you miss, yeah. But the guy in black just does something. You're not quite sure what it is, but he hits him with something, and he's and then he sits back in his chair. It's almost so quick you don't notice. Just and
You don't hit a lady.
And you, yeah. And she grins, this kind of rather wicked grin, and she pulls the money in, and
You win some, you lose some, huh?
I think that's my cue to leave this table. I think it's probably your cue to leave it as well.
I
She
think
says
it
to the
is.
loudmouth. She
Oh,
looks
to
at
the
the
loudmouth.
loudmouth and says this to the loudmouth, and he seems to be struggling with something, but you're not quite sure what it is. One of the hostesses comes over and says, "I think perhaps this table might do with a break."
Lady, a drink? Shaggy, I'm gonna need some money.
Do you do the money exchange in private?
Now I just stick my hand in it.
Or
Down a bit, left a bit, left a bit.
oh, be secret
That's the
bomb.
spot, but that's not where your coins are.
She turns to you, Lovelore, and she looks at you, and she inclines her head, and she just does this, and then she turns, and you see her weaving back through this thickly carpeted room, and then she turns and goes through this door.
Was that a...
I think that was a yes. Go and follow her.
You think so? Hey,
Definitely.
stay close.
was-
I'm a little bit
It was in
worried
the
about
eyes. It was in the eyes.
this. Stay close. I'm trying to learn caution from Varro.
The
Caution.
loudmouth is incredibly quiet. He makes these occasional gurgling and grunting noises, but he doesn't seem like he's having a very great time at the moment. The man in black has got up and he's wafted out.
As
of the
Shaggy
room.
and I, he's out of the room. Which way? Not the same way she went.
No. He's gone out of the main exit, which is like this set of double
There
doors
goes that
that
theory.
goes into the main hall of the building.
There goes that theory, Shaggy. I thought they were together.
I thought you two were together.
Soon enough, Shaggy. Okay, we're back at the door.
You're going to follow her through the door that she went through, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. You go down,
Hang
you
tight,
open the
Shag.
door, and there's a corridor.
Okay, come on, Shag.
Shaggy, are you following him as well, or are you staying back?
Just give it a little distance, Shag. Give it a little distance.
No, I'm going to let him go alone on this one. I'm going to hang back and find out what's going to go on with the loudmouth.
Okay. So
And
you're
man
sat at
black.
the table. The hostess
Okay.
brings you over another drink. The loudmouth has gone quiet.
Is he alive?
He's alive,
Don't
yeah.
get too close.
He's just gurgling to himself. You think whatever was done to him, whatever the man in black did to him, it was probably a paralytic. You weren't quite fast enough to see exactly what he did. He hit him with something. used a hand to hit him with something, but you don't think there was like a knife in his hand. It's not stabbed him. He's not bleeding or anything like that. Not obviously anyway. At this distance, you could go around and have a look at him. He looks cheesed off. His face is. He looks quite angry.
I bet he's got stuff in his pockets.
Nobody's really paying him much attention. They've put another drink by him, and the two of you are just sat quietly at the table.
What would a pirate do, Shaggy?
Well, the shape
Yeah,
of
too
your
many
body is one of those
people are-
things, isn't it?
Too many people are watching me to slit his throat. You see, so can't really
Yeah.
do what a pirate would do.
You wouldn't do that anyway.
But I will strike up a gentle conversation, even if he doesn't answer back.
Okay.
The usual things of even deadbeat drunks are polite to females, and I hope this teaches you some humility in life, because you never actually know the person that you're sat next to. They might be stronger than you. They might be more cunning than you. Certainly more devious. Yeah. But, I mean, your opinion doesn't really matter. Most loudmouths have got small penises. And very small egos to boot. So,
And drive Mustangs.
they end up in the shop for 3/4 of the day.
Damn it.
The more the
And I
fees,
just
the more they're
basically
covering up.
monologue at him about his behaviour towards people, and although I don't know the game of poker too well, or the cards that we were playing, he certainly has a tell, which is he needs to shut the fuck up.
At one point, one of the hostesses comes up and drops another drink in front of you, and she hears some of the stuff that you're saying. She just stands, and then she kind of laughs, and then 30 seconds later she comes back with another drink and laughs some more, and then she wanders off. He's clearly not ingratiated himself with quite a lot of people here on this particular occasion.
So I kind of hold my, I kind of put my hand over the glass, and I basically just stick what could be called a finger in there, and the finger just grows as the drink just kind of like gets drunk. So as the liquid volume declines, my finger gets longer. It's like slurping everything up, and once in a while there might be a bubble, and I'll go, "Oh, excuse me." And
Well
then
done.
and I make sure that he also drinks, and if he doesn't want to, then it's tough because it goes in his face.
He just sort of, some kind of paralysis. I mean, after a while, you think he's starting to come around from it. So, Lovelor, you go down this corridor. You're not quite sure. There's a number of doors, and you notice there's one at the end which is slightly ajar.
Ajar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much better. I push it open and
Okay.
see what's inside.
So the elven woman is sat inside. She's sitting on a chair. There's a small side table, a couple of chairs. This seems to be some kind of reception room. There's another door on the other side.
My lady, you play a good hand.
And there's a window. It looks out, kind of into the town. You think you're probably somewhere, kind of here, maybe.
Okay. Oh, we're in the towers.
Yes.
You play a canny hand, lady. Nice to see a bad man lose. And I'm not talking about me. Though the
Seen
same
some
could be
action.
said.
You've seen some action, I see.
here and there.
I recognise some of those tattoos.
There's more.
What brings you into my orbit? The base of things?
Absolutely. Sadly, the gravity of the base of things, but also an intrigue of your skills at manipulating those around you.
I don't think I had to do a great deal of manipulating.
Nah, not too much. Tonight was but a sideshow for you. Probably.
Could have paid for better company than I. So, why
I
me?
couldn't have. I couldn't have. Why you? Purely the intrigue.
Shall we leave the intrigue between us and take this next door?
I think that's probably a very good idea. We could probably fade to black if you want to, John.
I think we should fade to black at this point. So,
hopefully we got a good contact.
I want to get back to Varro, particularly.
Let us go. Yes.
So, Varro, you've been purchasing some supplies and you've been kind of wandering around the town, you and Megan. And the two of you are walking kind of back down one of the peripheral streets that fans out from the area around the port. And you're walking along and there's a commotion going on to your left. And you are kind of drawn to it and you just stand back, the two of you. And what's happened? And there's lots of kind of yelling going on and people running around. And you kind of dodge across and there's kind of little side alley. I mean, it's basically they're all narrow streets. They're not really alleys so much as they are just narrow streets. Very narrow, kind of, just wide enough for a couple of people to walk past one another. And you see down there that there's a shape lying on the floor. And there's a couple of people around, and they're trying to help in whatever way.
Okay.
And
might head over to take a look. Yeah.
Okay. There's a tabaxi lying on the floor, very ancient and grizzled looking tabaxi lying on the floor. And it looks like he's been stabbed. And he's dying. If he's not already dead, he seems to be just on his way out. But he looks weirdly at peace.
Hang on. I can cast Cure Wounds.
Yes. I'm sorry. That's me somewhere else.
Okay.
He's having a very
Sadly,
good
that's
evening.
apropos.
In the bordel.
I didn't even mean that.
Followed by woo and score and
Yeah.
Yeah. Done already? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to push over to the tabaxi and cast Cure Wounds on him.
do you need to touch him for that?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing? Oh. Go for it. You need to roll some bones, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to cast it at second level.
Okay.
Hopefully
job.
does that
Holy
cast it?
moly.
Here we go.
I mean,
That'll
his
work.
wounds just instantly go, and his eyes spring open, and he looks up at you. Oh. big smile comes on his face, and he's like this. I mean, there's
talking-
holes in his clothes, and they're all bloody where he was stabbed. But he's poking his fingers in, and he's touching himself, and everyone's like, "Oh wow!" And there's actually a small ripple of applause from the 5 or 6 people who are still around. They're all like really impressed that you would do this. This is quite an incredible thing. I mean, it's rare that healing of this form is still something that's relatively rare.
Nice. Well done.
And
When he was healed, there was this sort of faint music. Yeah. Now a chord.
Yeah.
Bang.
Let the gods of rock heal this dude.
Love it. You're on a rock as well, so it just works both ways, doesn't it, really? So somebody helps him up, and he just stands there, and he comes over, and he just holds. He takes hold of your hand, and he just holds your hand, and you did this for Eris? You did this thing? Oh, I don't
Just
have
what Pharaoh. Just what Pharaoh does.
anything to give you. Scratches his ears like this.
Don't worry. Free of
He
charge.
gives you another map.
I gave the only thing I have of value to a big man and a blob. Funny little greeny blob.
Oh, I think I know them.
You do?
Hmm.
Ah.
We're a good crew, we are.
Perhaps
Well, it was nice
if
to
you
see that I
them-
could help you in return.
Perhaps if you see them, tell them. I'll be in the tavern again, and maybe they can help me chase down the person who tried to murder me.
Mm.
But for now, I think I will speak to one of Salnam's people. I can never thank you enough. You saved my life. I have only a little of it left, but every day is precious.
It is indeed.
Well, I hope you live it well.
I will try. For you, I will try. And he turns and he totters off, and you realise that the motions that he's making and how he's moving and so forth is just one of those things. That's just because he's old. It's not because of the injuries. You think you've just healed all of his injuries like instantly.
Mm. Cool.
You may have put him better off than he was before.
Yeah, quite possibly.
You may have given him an extra 50 years.
Cured his arthritis.
It's like a
Right.
spring
It's just
chicken
old.
now.
He's just very, very old.
His teeth grew back.
Particularly old for a tabaxi, in fact.
Because people keep curing like wounds.
Okay.
Very nice.
It is the morning. You meet up again at the ship.
Okay. I'll talk to Shaggy and Lovelaw and say about the tabaxi that
Lovely, you awoke in a four-poster bed with silken sheets
Mm.
and no sign of.
Your underwear.
Did I get the young lady's name?
Nope.
Our old lady. She's an elf.
Nope, you
That's
did
all
not.
right.
You got no name. In fact, at one point you said my name is, and she went shh.
Mm.
Did she leave a couple of gold pieces on the table next to you?
I got a new job.
Oh. I mean, she could have done simply because she wandered away with so much, but
Mm-hmm. So I gave her 50 gold and a tip. That's good.
Badump tish. Just the tip, sir.
Yeah. I crawl out of bed, look around for my stuff.
Yeah, I mean, all your gear's there. Nothing's been stolen or anything. It's, but she's gone.
I go look for Shaggy.
For anybody wondering,
He usually hang.
That's not necessarily the best. Let's see what else have we got. Oh, that's a shame. No,
Shaggy usually hangs around to make sure I'm not stabbed and murdered.
Yeah, that's why I'm sleeping under the bed.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
That's, by the way, anybody wondering what a tabaxi looks like, there you go. That's what
I love him.
That's what a tabaxi looks like.
Yep.
Nice.
I know that sometimes a little visual can be helpful in these
very nice.
circumstances. Good. Right.
Does he have a white polar bear for a cloak?
Of course, the artist put in a beautiful swirl of colour in the background, and part of the problem is that it's now on some naff grey rather than on the white that it came with originally. So
Now you can see why Lovelore had to restrain himself from patting the guy.
Yeah.
don't stroke the cat, people.
No,
Yep.
they don't
No
like
stroking
it.
the cat, people.
Or try to feed the monkey people banana.
Definitely do not pull their tail.
Oh my word! Feed the monkey people bananas. Wow.
Oh,
Really?
Why no?
Wow.
So gauche.
I'm saying don't do it. I'm saying that would be very racist to do that.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Is Shaggy under the bed?
I don't know where he is actually, but he's not in your. No, he's not in your room with you.
Good.
Nah,
He
I'm
might
not
be
in your
waiting
room.
somewhere elsewhere, but he might have just gone back to the ship
Yeah, I
for
found-
sleep. I don't know.
No, I found a plant pot out in the corridor, so I turfed the plant out and I slept in that.
All the staff walking past going,
Just see that Lovelore, just after he leaves the room, the mattress kind of ripples. And changes, changes form.
No.
Well, hang on. We have to establish.
With a very dirty grin on his face.
We have to establish. Did she have a nice night? Because if not, then it was Lovelore. If she did, definitely me.
I don't even want to talk about the wet spot. Let's go. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Okay.
Nah, I'll be hanging around somewhere.
I look for him because usually we join for breakfast and a little bit of soul searching.
Mm-hmm. So you've all met up back at the ship.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I
Okay.
will relate what happened with the old tabaxi and pass on what he said to Lovelore and Shaggy. He was talking. I think he was talking about you guys. Did you meet an old tabaxi before?
I look over to Rob's character. What do you say, Shag? Think we met this guy?
he taught me how to play cards, and I described a tabaxi that taught me how to play cards because it's the only one that I can think of most recently that we haven't killed.
Stabby, 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 stabby. Yes,
Yeah.
certainly
Or
sounds
put
like the
bolts
same
in-
tabaxi. Very, very grizzled and white. Very much going grey all around the muzzle and ears and so forth.
I do apologise. My wife and my daughter are taking the piss out of me.
As they should.
Yes.
See, they find it funny too.
Most disturbingly, they're hugging each other, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. It's a good job you can edit this, right, John?
Pause button,
Yeah,
where's the
so
pause
I
button?
described what the tabaxi, the talks about play cards. Is that the same one, Vara?
Yeah. No.
You think so?
Sounds right.
Someone tried to kill the old bugger.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He said he'd like to talk to you back at the tavern. I assume
Oh.
that's where him, maybe.
Which tavern was it? We went to a few that night. No, we only went to the one. I remember it was
You
the
went to one
slaughtered
and it was during the
pheasant, wasn't
day.
it?
I'm sorry?
Or was it the golden phoenix?
You went to one and it
Was-
was during the day.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was a good day.
was
That
it?
was a good day with cards. We should see the old guy unless we've got another job going because he's a good.
Yeah.
He gave us this, and I show them the map. Actually,
Ah.
do you have it? Do you have it, Shaggy?
One of you got it. Doesn't really matter which one.
Okay, I think Shaggy.
Yeah. No,
Much
no,
more
we showed it to
responsible.
the crew, didn't we? We already showed it
Mhm.
to. We got the thing out because
We did.
I lost interest in it as soon as I found out that it wasn't a treasure map with an X on it.
That's right. That's right. That is right. So remember
Yeah.
that map?
Yeah.
From this guy.
and- yeah. What was that map for again? Can anybody remember? I go fertling for the map case because I know that Varro would have put it back in the map case. Because it
Well,
came in a little
absolutely,
tube
'cause
thing, didn't it? Not
it's
a
a
map
map
case,
that
it was a
goes-
little tube thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go looking for that and I find it and I look at the thing again just to refilamize myself with the because I've actually forgotten.
So, it's a map to a location in the Scortha Reaches.
Oh yeah, and there was something about the Scorta Reaches.
Exciting.
What do you want to know about the Scortha Reaches?
No, there was something about it. That's why we didn't go because we needed cash quick, and it was a journey and a half, wasn't it?
So, on the western outer rim of the Orimos or the Orimos extent is this area called the Scortha Reaches, which is an area of Wildspace that's peppered with protoplanets, gas clouds, and the shattered remnants of a dead star. And there's a few things of note within the Scortha Reaches. There's Yafaldir, which is the home of the cloud giants, and
Yeah.
the Goliaths were a slave race created by the
Yep.
cloud giants to serve them, and in the end they rebelled against their masters. So you find Goliaths spread across the Scortha Reaches as well. I mean,
That's
you find
remember
Goliaths
it.
other places too, but
Would you guys all like to come and chat with this Tabaxi?
Mm-hmm.
I could use
Yes.
some bigger brains than. Well, I mean, Shigeris is obviously smart enough to deal with this, but it'd be nice to have the rest of you.
If it's in that place I won't go in, I'll pass.
I'm up for it.
Why would you not go there?
Yeah.
And there's that first one that first place they went to that she
No,
didn't
it's
like
a
the look of and didn't go in.
It's a different bar. No, you didn't
Okay,
like the
that's
idea
fine.
of having to wipe your feet when you came out, did you?
No.
Yeah.
If it's not that place, you'll go. Yeah.
No, it's not that place.
Well, I've
It's
always
a
been
nicer-
intrigued by,
it's a nicer place,
by
isn't
this.
All right.
Always, all very dramatic and romantic. Treasure map, ultimate in a bar.
Yeah.
Megan?
Sounds good to me.
Munching on half a sandwich.
All right.
Oh, we go past a hat store on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely bloody obsessed by hats. What's going on?
No, I'm just saying we did actually go past the hat store on the way. So, you know, if you need a new hat, JL, you can do.
Oh, Megan got me one. She got this nice beret.
Oh, that looks awesome.
But you know, Shaggy, that if JL wants one of those new hats that she sees, you can just pay for it out of Lovelore stuff. You'll never, ever know.
What stuff? Sorry, I had another round of cards and I lost a lot.
Very good.
So, you
Yeah, we go to the inn
the
where the taxi was.
he's sitting
Is.
eating a plate of breakfast when you get there,
Okay.
and he sort of
I
indicates.
let Shaggy take the lead.
Ah, the big
Hello,
one in the
sir.
pub, and the saviour, and his wife. Ha. And you? You are? Pleasing
Did you
to
say
the
that?
eyes.
Talking to JL,
So-
the only one she hasn't met.
Oh yes, well, I'm JL. Hello. Wave the hand.
Touched.
So, according to and I point over to Varro, somebody tried to off you.
Yes.
So what's going on, old man?
Well,
Not nice.
Mm.
Not nice at all.
was
And yours as well.
trying to steal my bag. Little halfling.
Hadn't got a piece of paper stuck in his hand, has he?
Halflings.
Sorry. Beg
Didn't
your
have a
pardon,
piece of
Jay.
paper stuck in its hand, did he?
No. Not him. Although they all do look alike,
They're not furry.
Well, that was distinctive. That's why I remember.
He wore strange iron helmet. Never seen it likes before. Screamed at me about something. Tried to steal my bag. I fought back. No. Go away. Annoying little creature. And then he produced a knife and went stab, stab, stab. And
Did
I
it
should have
say?
known better.
What
By
did
the
it
way, he's
shout at you?
dressed differently now. His ruined clothes have been replaced. He's wearing slightly nicer clothes than he was before. Oh, there's anything wrong. His clothes like him were just old.
What did it shout at you? If you can remember.
Something about the keys to my home. I don't know. I've lived there a long time. Why he would want the keys, I don't know. Any thief worth his salt could let himself in. I have
And
Where
no
is your
trouble stealing.
home?
What was odd about his helmet?
I've never seen one like it before. A square helmet. I don't know why you would wear it. It didn't seem to be that defensive. Not really part of armor, but more a hat for effect. But metal like that, iron, solid, square. Perhaps if you see him around, you can apprehend him.
We can keep an eye out.
You notice as he moves at this point that actually he's wearing some very old leather armour underneath the clothes that he's got on. I should be more careful.
My friend, the gift you gave us, who knows about this besides you?
I have told old friends in the past, but a long time ago.
Fair enough. So why now?
I don't know.
How do you feel about jamming again?
No. This is my last port. I'll stay here.
Why don't you come with us? We'll go check out your map.
You are
We
so
got a
generous,
comfortable
but
berth.
No.
We got a comfortable berth.
Tell me stories. Come back. If I'm still here, tell me stories.
Is there anything we can do to help protect your residence while we're away, so that you are here when we come back?
No.
That's a good idea.
Barra leads forward. But tell me, friend,
I have some tricks.
what is your name?
My name is Raras.
I think he told.
What? Sorry, was that Rowless?
Oh, hang on. Let me cut and paste it.
He's
He
wet.
almost purrs
The
the name.
GM is typing.
Rarus.
Ravis. And old timer, sir, where is your residence here? Did he mention this residence? Have you only got the one residence?
I have a small room, not far from here. It's modest. I need nothing more.
Where are you from originally?
First, in my litter, I called March my home. But I've travelled many places. I have been a wanderer, a sword for hire. Now this is my home.
I hope it treats you better than it has done the last couple of days.
I feel like this is an exception. Unusual, no? Unexpected.
What friends do you have here, Rowis?
Many friends. Many who are
Why'd you
watching out
ask
for me
us?
now.
Why'd you ask us about this?
Because you see things. You're strong. You see the helmed halfling. Perhaps you can deal with him.
Do you want us to make this the main thing we're doing, or is this something we're just doing in our spare time?
Oh, I could not ask you to leave other things behind.
We are a traveling crew, just as you were. Have many things to do.
I understand. But if you see him, perhaps you will take him for a ride.
Fair
I'll
enough.
do more than that, old timer. I'll make him walk the plank. Arr. And I put on my greasiest arr possible. And with that, I turn around and I go over to the keep, and I very quickly, and I ask him, does the tabaxi always come for breakfast?
He's often in here. Most days.
I know what Shaggy's up to. I block off the side of what he's doing.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking directly to the innkeep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I lay down 20 gold pieces. I want a chitty every time that man comes in. Drink and food. And I want a detailed record of every time he comes on in. He never pays for anything. If it goes over, I'll pay more. Do you understand? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I dropped the 20 gold on the thing quietly, very quietly, because I know that old timer. He's got ears like a hawk.
He's got ears like a cat.
Oh yeah, it's eyes like a hawk, isn't it? What a twat. He's got ears like a
Hearing like a cat.
So yeah. Okay. And then I then say to the bar, the innkeep, I described the halfling with a hat, and I went, any pointers on where have you ever seen a weird halfling with a weird hat, square, helm? Right. Okay.
Lion hat.
No worries. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be somebody from down the port, won't it? Not a local, I wouldn't have thought. Take a look down there, see what ships are in.
Yeah. Well, we're going that way anyway, so okay. And I say thank you very much, and we will be back. And you have my word. And then I just turn around and walk out. Oh, and as I'm going to the door, I kind of like get 3/4 of the way through, and then I kind of like both hands on the door frame, and I stick my head back round and I go, "See you later, old timer. I'm gonna go and catch a halfling. It's time I went fishing." And then I'm out the door.
Okay. Anybody else going with him?
Yeah, you know, we're gonna follow Shaggy. He's got a good idea. Let us look into this, and we'll bring you back stories.
He nods.
So when we get out the bar,
Mm-hmm.
Barrett's going to say, so this halfling, strange metal hat, Olas?
Possibly. Also, was it the keys to his home? I think that maybe because wasn't the map near March as well? They referenced the map.
Maybe the map was the key. Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know.
I worry for him.
Yeah. But if he's no longer holding the key, then I don't know.
Perhaps we best investigate this map stuff now.
Well, we've got rid of we've got rid of the nasty box, so yeah.
I mean, we've got ourselves a little cash.
Maybe we should follow up on this map.
Take a quick look.
Salnam didn't
see what's
have
out
anything
there.
else.
Bring back a story.
Seems interesting.
Yeah.
So far, the delivery jobs that we've had and the various side jobs we've been getting on haven't been that fun. This sounds like
Oh,
dangerous, but interesting.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I wonder if there's one more thing that should be done.
Oh.
And I glance over at JL.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if there's anything your apparently young friend could add to this equation. What do you
about
think?
the iron helmet thing?
The iron helmet, our old friend. I wouldn't mention anything about a map. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mention.
Maybe she can help us arrange some form of protection for him, though.
Yeah. Because she does seem to know what's going on in the town. So
What do you think?
I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can find her.
Why don't you? It's always better in twos. Why don't you take Megan with you? She seems to be have an affinity for the much fairer sex.
Can I have a look? Megan, you ready?
No. Why not?
Rest of us will be at the ship. Or
Aye.
searching around for square-headed halflings.
SpongeBob Square Helmet.
Oh.
Very good. Very
Who
good.
lives in Wildspace?
Yep. So we'll sort of trekking up the tower back the way I went initially, pointing out various things I saw on the way to Megan as I go.
Okay.
Keep going with them. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you basically take the same course as before. You go straight up, and when you get to the gate and the guard, he sees you coming and he just grins at you and stands to one side.
Pleasure to see you again.
He just bows with this kind of sideways grin on his face.
And knock on the door.
Interesting reaction.
Yeah. I think he. Yeah.
Are we getting a reputation, do you think?
Yeah. Eventually, he'll try to kill me as well, like everybody else.
Well, hopefully not for quite some time yet.
You walk up to the door of Salam's apartment, and you're about to knock on it, and it just swings open. She just inclines her head.
Excuses, Salam, do you have a couple of minutes of free time?
She's walking down the corridor.
Yeah.
Round the corner and into the same workroom as before. There's various papers spread out on the desk like before, and there's a table in the middle of the room, and on the table is a map. And you recognise the map as being a projection map of Shelter. It's a flattened projection map of Shelter. And she does this. Here?
Yeah.
She points to one of the land masses. The delivery point was here. You mentioned mountains to the north. So would that be here?
That looks very much like where we landed, yes.
So what was there?
What, to the north?
Where you landed?
There were some barracks to the south, we were told. We didn't see them.
Barracks. What were the barracks for?
She said there was an armory there, I believe. Needless to say, we were not invited in. Not somewhere they would want us to nosy, shall we say.
Lots of it seemed to be open space.
You saw no buildings?
Only a couple of buildings.
Well, we were just taken to the one where the captain seemed to reside, shall we say. There was nothing else around that building. That was just land around that one.
Mm.
Right. But it was nearby. You didn't see it.
Like,
Was it
what, the armory?
invisible somehow, or?
I think it was underground, she said. Many levels of it underground, and it went for miles, I believe.
Of course. Of
And it was
course.
hilly.
Because of the... Yes. The ancient... Yes. Of course.
I hope we haven't caused trouble.
JL, you asked me if I had any work for you.
Oh yes.
And whilst I don't have anything explicit for you to do right now, today, this sort of information is very useful to me. So, if you discover any more, please do let me know.
We'll bear that in mind.
Whenever you've travelled, report back to me and always drop in. It's appreciated.
We do have a small favour to ask, if you have the time to consider it.
Mm-hmm.
On our exploration around the town, we met Tabaxi, an elderly man, Raris.
Indeed.
He was very charmed with Lovelore and Shaggy, their stories. And just the other day, myself and Varro met him. He'd been stabbed. Varro healed him.
I heard about a stabbing.
Well, he was
This is
attacked.
a very uncommon crime here, you understand.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe you. I have, yes.
He
But
said
he
it
was
felt
he was
an
stabbed
exception.
by a halfling who wore a strange square iron hat. And apparently that halfling was demanding his keys to get into his home. Can you keep an eye on Raris? Keep him safe. It would grieve us greatly to find out that he had lost his life while we travelled elsewhere. He's elderly and he's innocent, needs protection.
Have you heard any
Well-
sightings of this strange metal-headed halfling?
That detail I had not heard. A metal helm. But not metal armour.
No, he said it was more like a hat. It didn't seem to serve any armour purpose.
Hmm. You've not had any sightings of the strange Olus ships, have you? And your Labour hasn't seen anything?
What do you know of the Olas?
Not a lot. Not much.
Okay, planet number 4, we're going to get kicked off.
Damn it, Dale.
I just saw Pete's face, Anthony's face, and I just went, gotta say it.
I drew this picture of them. Out.
Get out!
Run for the ship.
It's like it seems to be every time JL asks a question about the Oblast specifically.
She just has that,
Yeah.
yeah, she gets into trouble.
Why do you think I sent Megan with her?
She has a big mouth.
You saw one.
Yeah,
Big
on
heart.
the first trip out of here, yeah, we
saw
think we
one
were
near
we think
here.
we thought we were being
Lurking
followed.
in our space.
It was just after we left port, and we stopped and turned around, and then they turned around and left. But I did sketch a picture of it,
Yes.
and then we
See-
mentioned it. Then we mentioned it at our destination, and they got very angry and asked us to leave.
And chased us off the planet.
Mm.
They were very unfriendly. We didn't understand why. It was an innocent question.
We could be considerably more unfriendly. Not to you. Not to you, my friend.
Thanks for adding that. That's good.
I was
This is
worried for a
something we
second there.
could, we could perhaps speak of another day.
Yeah. If we come across any more sightings of them, we'll make a note. But, yeah.
If you do, please
Hmm.
report back to me.
It will be our pleasure.
It won't be theirs.
Almost certainly not. If we should see them again, we certainly won't be offering them our hand in friendship.
She seems slightly distracted, so as you're talking to her, it's almost like she's distracted. It's almost like she's having a conversation.
Mm.
Just talking to the whale.
Yeah.
No, because if she was talking to the whale, we all know she'd be going, "Yay! Oh, of course!"
She could
Come
well
on.
be doing that in her mind.
Yeah.
Either that or I'm not quite sure.
That's a mouse.
No, I think that's a isn't that a dolphin?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably is a dolphin actually as well. Yeah.
As on my old character, I could have told you what they were saying.
That's true.
No,
Thank
you
for-
wouldn't. You'd have rolled
I don't know. It's I rolled a 3.
said it would
three.
Anyway, she sort of
Yeah.
lets you go.
Bows before we go. Thank you for your time.
So I am sorry. Before we go, can I just check? Will you keep your eye out for Raris for us?
I have already asked
Try your-
the citizenry to
Sorry.
to. I have already asked the citizenry to be on alert.
That will set our hearts at ease. Thank you.
Good friends are hard
That
to
is-
find. We don't want to find them in pieces.
Blade.
Right. So, what are you going to do then, folks?
Well,
At the ship. Shall we go?
Yeah, I think we're heading
well,
off.
I was going to have a quick look around the port first to see if a square-hatted, helmed
Yeah.
halfling person was about.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you take some time to wander the port. And you kind of wander about and you speak to people. You spend some time, walking about, talking to various people on ships, etc. And you don't get any leads. And you're pretty sure, as far as you can tell anyway, that the halfling's not been particularly spotted by anybody and doesn't appear to be on any of the ships that are in the port, as best you can tell. You described the hat multiple times.
Okay, so I'll go to the port authority and I ask them for a list of all ships that have departed from last night when Varro saw the commotion, Varro and Megan, to the time that we actually get to the port office.
No, this is the thing. You talk to people in the port authority. You talk to the porters. You talk to people in the port, and as far as you can tell, nobody has seen this halfling in the last day or so. And nobody's.
Right, but no ships have also left.
Sorry.
No ships have also taken off.
There's a small number of ships that have come and gone. Yeah. There are notes on those. I mean, they keep a record of it.
Okay.
You can have that. You can have those records if you like, but
Just
Please.
note the name, Shaggy.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to note the name so that if we actually see it, we can investigate more.
all right.
The helmet is, in my mind, the helmet is a distinctive function of this, but it could be that the guy was in disguise and it wasn't actually, So I'm thinking, yeah, it's either that or he's still there. We didn't get his address, did we? For his residence.
No.
Nope.
He described what it was,
He
but
was
he didn't say where.
little cagey about that.
No.
Yeah.
It's a broom,
No.
isn't
I mean, it's easy enough to find. You can ask people, and they'll point you in the right direction.
You said it was a small apartment nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've done our best by him.
Okay.
Let's be away.
Yeah. We'll wait
Before I
for
start
JL
asking for
and
money.
we'll wait for JL and Megan to come back. But I'm on the ship, ready to go.
Yep, me too.
You see two small
If I'm on
characters
shore
running down
anymore.
towards the port.
Right, so run in. That's it. That means that we're in trouble. Right, switch the engines on, get them primed. Ready for takeoff, Varro.
We're used to this.
Engage.
Nice.
As soon as they go on board, I go, what did you do this time? They tell me, you mentioned the OLAS, didn't you?
Yeah.
Every time you mention the OLAS.
Yeah.
So,
Don't mention the other.
you're heading to the Scortha Reaches then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
It's a long track.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I hope we
Restock
got enough
once.
stuff on board.
Restock
Yeah.
before we on the way back. A bit more food.
You'll be fine.
It should be well supplied.
You are well stocked up. Yeah. You got food for many weeks, so you're fine. And water and all the other things that you need. The biggest issue you're going to have is air.
Ooh, yeah. Not a lot of places to dip in for air.
If only we had a druid close to plants.
Find somewhere for the air. And that,
That's what we need to do.
I think, is where we will leave it.
Sounds
A
good.
tiny
Those dang cloud
dot
giants.
racing through Wildspace. at incredible speeds, heading out into the vast reaches of the Scortha reaches. That's not really very poetic, but you get the point. So yes,
We get it.
Yeah, yeah.
and that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Did we
Very
get any-
good.
Did we have any encounters tonight? And any?